Hello, you're watching Much Ado About Something today, and I'm Donna. It is a beautiful day here in March. It's March 3rd. I'm behind. So it's starting to look like spring, and here it is. I've got some little grandbabies with me today. I've got Eli and David, and we're just hanging out on the porch. They're eating some pound cake that Grammy made. Hi, Eli. And they're enjoying. Hi, David. So they'll be out here on the back porch playing, and we're going to go in, and I'm washing the dishes and doing a few things this morning. I thought I'd just bring you along with me. I've got my regular dishes that I have at this time of the day, and then I have the cast iron pans that I made the cornbread in last night. And I'll have to do a video on how to make Appalachian cornbread. That is a real treat. Let me get you standing up here on the tripod. I have some silver spoons, so I always wash those separately. I've got this little stainless steel bowl that I'm using for a dish pan right now. And if you put if you put silver in stainless steel, it'll cause it to have black spots. So I always keep the silver separate from the stainless steel ware. Well, it's such a pretty day, it's hard to stay inside and wash dishes and things. But they have to be done.
Ollie.
He's okay.
Don't worry, he's okay. Hey, Ollie. Dad, come here. We're having a party on the dog.
We're on city water, and I do rinse the dishes with the water running. I know a lot of people think that wastes water, but I try to quickly rinse the dishes. I don't like to run a pan of water to rinse in because I'm sensitive to taste and smell, and I can taste if there's any soap left on the dishes, so that's not something that I enjoy doing. So I always just run the water, even though it takes a little more water. Here in our city, you have a base amount. Okay, the kids are wanting to play with Ollie. Ollie got in the house, so we've got noise in the background. They're excited because the dog is in here. Yeah, but I was saying I don't mind using the running water because there's a minimum charge they have for the water. And I could be so frugal that I wouldn't even use the minimum amount of water for the bill each month, the water bill. I would be so frugal I wouldn't even use the minimum amount. But the thing about that is, as I'm paying that, and it's okay for me to go ahead and to use that. Well, I made cornbread in my cast iron pan. I usually don't make it in this deep dish pan, but I had some other stuff going on in my low cast iron pan. So I went ahead and just made cornbread in this. These are some pans. I have a collection of cast iron, and I use them regularly. Well, I was raised in Appalachian, so yes, that's a staple there. I got some of the crumbs out of this pan. And what I do with these cast iron pans when I'm finished with them is I just go ahead and just run water in them. And I have these little things, you know, they don't scratch. A lot of people have special things to wash their cast iron, but I have just washed them with a washcloth. No soap. These are seasoned well. I use them often, so just water, hot water. There you go. Now I do dry these with a dish towel. And I get most of the water out of them. If they're in real bad condition, you know, if a lot of the seasoning has come off, if I've used them to cook for, you know, something with a lot of liquid in it, then after it's dry, after I get them out, after I rinse them with water and wash it down with just a scrubby and water, I'll towel dry. And you can see that look to them, that looks a little like it's dry. Sometimes I'll just put them in a low temp oven. You know, just set the oven to its lowest setting. My lowest setting is 170 degrees. But I'll put this down to the lowest setting. And start it. And then I'll just set my cast iron pans in here in this oven on the lowest setting. And I'll let them dry out really good. And then I'll coat them with some oil. And that just has to stay, you know, that just has to happen for a few minutes. I love using cast iron. It's a wonderful metal. And it adds iron to your food. And it's, once you learn to cook with it, the thickness and the sturdiness of the cast iron pan, I'm telling you, it holds heat well. And it's just a real treat when you learn to use a cast iron pan. I sprayed the thieves cleaner on the stove that I made in my previous video. I love the thieves cleaner. No wonder everybody loves it. Once you get used to it, the smell of it, and it's great. It's just a really good. Making bone broth. Had to let it cool off so I can separate the bones and the broth so I can use it this week. Just cleaning up in here a little bit. Getting some things done so I can go outside. Got some cold tea making. Got some side meat laid out from the freezer to make some soup beans later. The cast iron pan's drying out. And when all the moisture's out of them from being wiped down with the water, washed down with the water, just go ahead and turn all that off, and I just take coconut oil. A lot of people use a lot of different fats on their cast iron or their favorite oils. I don't use vegetable oil because it makes your pan sticky. So I just like to use the coconut oil. Coconut oil is my choice. I mean, I love the longevity of it and the antibacterial properties. I love the, you know, you don't have any taste in it when you get the good coconut oil. You don't have, there's no coconut taste to it. It's just flavorless. But I love the creaminess of it. What it adds to your dishes when you cook. You know, it takes high temperatures and it's healthy. And I just love it. So that's my oil of choice. And to me, to season the cast iron pans, it's excellent. I use it to season my spoons, my cutting boards, my cast iron. Anything that needs a good seasoning coat on it, I'll use coconut oil. But there you go. These will just sit right here. Now I don't usually ever do the bottom because that's going on the heat, but I do just wipe down the handle and the outside. And the cast iron is seasoned up and ready to go. Ready to go for the next time. That one had a little bit of rust on the bottom, so I just went ahead and wiped it. You want to take most of that off. You don't want that to be on your burner. It'll cause your burner to smoke if you leave oil on the very bottom of it. But I do wipe the edges and the outside of the cast iron to keep it seasoned too. And that's everyday, daily maintenance of cast iron when you use cast iron pans to cook with. Well, I've got my little bit of dishes washed up, and I've got them drying on my rack. I love a dish rack. A lot of people don't like them. They clutter up the space, and they are not eye appealing, I guess. But I'll let these air dry, and then I'll put all these dishes away, and they'll be where they need to be, and I'll feel like they're safe and ready to use. And I'll drink some tea and plan for my pinto beans, which I will make a video on Appalachian pinto beans. Well, I'm thankful that you joined me today. And Ollie's in the house. I appreciate you're watching this channel, and I hope you got some value out of it. And if you like what you see and you want to see more, please like, subscribe, and share my videos. It really helps me out, and I appreciate it. I hope this simple tip with the cast iron cleaning helped you out today. Hope you have a good day. And like always, until next time.